Hello everyone, my name is Bree and welcome to Documented Journey. Today I am going to be showcasing this palette. This palette is handcrafted by a lovely friend of mine, an artist named Ryalls, and she not only made this desk palette here, but she also made this one for me, and I just kind of wanted to walk you through picking out some colors, adding some paints to it. I have loved this little desk palette. I guess I wouldn't say it's little, but it is a staple piece on my desk. I utilize it all the time, and I want to have like a little companion palette for it. It's so cute. It is 4x6, so it fits into the front pocket of your journal. If you have a front pocket, especially one that I've made, I know it fits really well. This is my swatch book, and I just kind of go through all the pigments that I have that I like and that I want to continue with. And I have mapped out all the colors that I have in here, and I'm gonna kind of do the same. I am going to be filling this guy up with the paints, the tube paints that I have available to me. It comes with this cute little pouch Kat made me of whales and sharks, maybe? No, that's probably a whale. Whales, and she did this because now that I live in Florida, I should love everything beach, right? I don't know if I will be keeping it in the pouch, only because I utilize this a lot on my desk, and well, I utilize this one a lot on my desk, so I don't know if I'll just like stack it on top of each other. The differences between these are really cool. You can see obviously the thickness. So one is a heavier desk palette. It also has different amount of wells. So this one has 16 wells, and I think this has 12. Actually, this has 13. I will be eliminating some colors, and I hope that I'm going to be, no, actually I don't hope. I know that I'm not going to be using the same colors in this palette that I'll have in this one. I want them to be a companion palette. So I don't want to, I might have similar, but I do not want to have the same colors in each palette. Okay, so I'm going to run through the colors that I chose for this palette, and I want to come up with a way to put them into my palette and like aesthetically pleasing. So that is what I'm going to do now. And then I can run through and swatch everything for you. So we have Hansa Yellow Light, we have Yellow Ochre, Quin Rose, Pyrrole Red Light. I love Pyrrole. I think it makes a gorgeous orangey pink. This is Green Gold. Olive green. Some of these colors I'm just kind of wanting to use up, and since I'm just doing sketchbook practices, and because I don't have olive in that palette, then I don't really need it in this one. This is Undersea Green. It is such a great color, and I understand that it's a convenient mix, but I really like it. It just would save me a lot of time not having to mix it. This is Phthalo Turquoise, and it is a fierce, any phthalo is fierce, but I love that color. I feel like you can get a robin egg blue with that, and you can kind of mix it with the greens to really kind of get a true green, since I have such an olivey based green. We have French Ultramarine, and then Burnt Sienna. Burnt Sienna is a good one if you want skin tones, or if you want to get really nice red browns. And then Raw Umber. My last one is, or last two, this one's Moon Glow, so it's got a purpley undertone. I'm using that instead of indigo. In this palette I have indigo. And then I have Payne's Gray in here. Another convenient mix. I feel like if you have a red and a blue, you don't need a gray, but since I have the space, I get to utilize it. So this is what I chose for this palette. It is different than the above palette or the previous palette that I have. One, because I have more spaces in this one, but also I wanted to play around with some colors a little bit more. I don't have a pink color in this palette, which I feel like is necessary. However, I do want to, I don't know, Quinn Rose might not be one that I move forward with after I use this up. But that's the whole point of making these palettes and trying to figure out what will you use and what will you not use. I'm really excited to move forward with this palette and come up with really nice sketchbook spreads and all kinds of stuff. If you haven't already checked out Kat, you need to do so. She is not only an artist that paints with watercolor, but she paints with oils. She makes these palettes. She sews these bags. I mean, she does it all, you guys, and I really highly recommend these palettes. Not only are they really nice, eco-friendly, not plastic, but she does have little things that she adds into her palettes to make these just so unique, like these paintbrush rests. I have 2 on each palette. I love this palette. I have the Art Toolkit palettes. I'll show you one. And it is relatively the same size as this palette right here. This is, again, her 4x6 palette. I think she has them listed as on her website. You can go in and you can see what size they are. But the reason I like these better than the Art Toolkit is that the Art Toolkit palettes are cool. They are pans that you can buy, but these are metal, and so when I dig my paintbrush in here, sometimes I feel like I'm rubbing my paint. You have to be careful because they're metal. This isn't like a smooth down edge. You could kind of rough up your brush a little bit on these edges because they are metal, whereas here I just can kind of go to town, twirl around some pigment on, like, watch. I feel like it's such a more pleasurable experience when I can just dig into this paint and move my brush around like this and then go to my mixing palette. Whereas when I do it on this side, I really kind of need to be careful because I don't want to hit that edge. And so I end up creating these divots in my paints, and then it's hard to get the paint around the outside. That is my preference. I feel like you can have your own. This is nice because it comes with mixing space if you choose to do the portfolio palette like this, but you know, you can always have some mixing trays on the side if you're using these wood palettes. And I just love the fact that it's made by an artist. I love the fact that it is wood and not metal. It's such a pleasure painting with this type of palette. Have I taken them out on the go yet? No, I haven't. I'm excited to see how this one dries and maybe take this one with me. But I've still been taking my art toolkits, and actually I take the Demi, which is the really small one. Maybe I will test out taking these on the go with this one. This one's just a little too thick, I feel like, for that. But it has its purpose here on my desk desk too, and I really enjoy the fact that I have so many colors, whereas this one would be a really nice palette just to take on the go and, you know, kind of have its own little mixing tray, or even just mixing on the paper, depending on the paper you have. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. You should totally check out Kat. In the description box, I'll have everything linked for you. Also, stay tuned for more sketchbooking content and everything like that, because I am going to be finishing up some more sketchbooks pretty soon. In this sketchbook right here, I have about 5 spreads left. So I'm excited to maybe do a finish the sketchbook with me kind of video, kind of like I did the last one. Also, expect a sketchbook flip coming your way on this sketchbook, the one that I finished with you. Really excited to just use what I have. I hope you enjoyed this little mini palette setup video. I feel like one of my favorite staple colors that I always have in my palette is the Pyrrole Red. I can't give that one up. So if you have a staple color that is in your palette, please let me know what it is, so that way maybe I can give it a try sometime. And until next time, everybody, I'll see ya.